Everybody, welcome back to another recap of 90 Day Fiance the Other Way. We're at episode 5
Yeah.
with high infidelity. Let's just start with standard issued white man and Tatha in
Oh
Munchausen's.
yeah. The sloth.
Yeah, I also realized that in this photo he is barefoot.
Yeah, nigga, you didn't
And
see.
it's
That's why I
not
was
just.
talking about his feet.
I thought it was. I just thought it was like boots or whatever. I really
No,
did just not.
no, it's the entire situation. It's his feet up on the tree,
Yeah.
literally like
and it's so high up.
it's so. And you're
Like,
barefoot, like just gripping this with your peach
yeah.
feet, like it's so crazy.
Yeah.
You know they was bloody.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So he's begun his 78-day journey to Indonesia. Like he has to take a bus, a train, a donkey.
These niggas said
like,
10,000
with a
more miles to
Sherpa.
go, and I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
There ain't
Like,
no pussy,
bro.
dick, nothing in this world. There is no hole, no pole in this world. They're gonna make me travel.
No,
7
no,
whole
that is
days.
too far. I would have got to Turkey and gave up.
Yeah.
And found somebody new.
Yeah, I would have got me some charcoal chicken and some Turkish coffee and said, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, Tata and her mama and daddy are making banana chips down at the factory.
Oh, crying all over the
And-
banana chips.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid that. But she still ain't told her family that they've moved. Her parents, mind you, she has like 97 brothers and sisters, and 6, or 5 other brothers and sisters, and they all know. And somehow they have not yet spilled the beans to mama and daddy.
That tells me that's a loyal ass family. They know how to shut
Because
the fuck
let me tell
up.
you something. Let a nigga get some mommy.
hey, did you know? Although I did have that moment with my mother this week because she told me a secret. And then that is now no longer a secret among family. And so she was like, well, I knew for a little while, but I couldn't say anything. And I was like, girl, I've known that for months. And she was like, why didn't you tell me? Because I know how to close these jibs, girl.
Yeah.
I know how to close
So-
these jibs. Now, her mother, I see where she gets the dramatiques.
Yeah, her eyes sit on a riverbank.
Her
She is
big
very
feelings.
just big feelings. So like her excuse is like, "Oh, we're just visiting and James is coming here cuz he's trying to visit too." And the daddy, the first thing he said, he was like, "Oh, okay, so he's only here for a week or two."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
cuz that let me know he like him,
Yeah.
but not
But
enough
not
for
a-
him
yeah,
to live there.
exactly. Exactly.
Moodiana. And so then her mama starts crying because she was like, I haven't seen my youngest daughter in 3 years. And then she says, I'm getting old. I want to be taken care of. Because apparently in Indonesian tradition, the youngest takes care of the parent, which I found interesting because usually it's the other way around.
I can see where maybe the youngest as like the last person in the house, according by those kind of standards, which is not always the
Yeah.
case. I can see the youngest being the person who might have, bear a brunt of the responsibility for quite some time because others have gone off and like had families and things. But I don't know. I'm just talking.
Yeah. So, her parents missed her a lot.
Yeah.
And her mama and Tata are having like a big emotional moment over these banana chips. Meanwhile, daddy's like, chop chop,
Yeah.
let's get to work.
Yeah. What are we doing here?
We got shit to make. So meanwhile, her sister takes her to the airport on the back of a Vespa. She gonna drop them off.
Hold on. You also forgot they start putting that pressure on again for her to pop some babies.
Oh yes, because they're like, I will say her parents are very direct.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like tradition, like translation stuff, because I'm like, that's a little out of nowhere to just say like, I miss you, I miss you being here. You need to have
I need
babies.
grandbabies.
Like,
And they put a lot of worth, and I know this is cultural, so like I know I'm speaking from a completely westernized, mindset, but it's a lot of like your worth is dependent upon you getting a nigga, and now that you've gotten having some babies, and it's like
all to set you up so that somebody takes care of you when you get old. Which, I don't know, Americans follow that real too.
I mean, listen, everybody, bitch, but
it's not healthy.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not, especially because some people can't.
Cannot.
Yeah,
or just don't want, just don't have the capacity to.
I was talking to my husband the other day, because even sometimes niggas don't get those concepts. And I had to flat out say, I said, my love, some people don't want children. They get in a relationship, but they don't want children. Some couples have direct conversations and both say, I don't want kids either. Bet. Like, I was like, some people don't want kids. He's like, he's like, I don't understand it, but I respect it, I guess. I was like, you have to. But you have to also get it through your head that there are people in this world who have no desire to be a parent to anybody else for whatever their personal reasons are.
And when you get to know some people, you be like, you know what? I'm glad you have chosen not to have children, because you don't need to spread your seed and lineage throughout the rest of the world.
Exactly.
Any longer.
Exactly.
But anyway, to fast forward them, he finishes his trek to, Indonesia, and that was it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
They meet.
Love,
and
love,
that was
love.
it.
All
Boom.
that. Yeah.
Right. Anywho, moving on. Let's move on to Josh and Lily. Toy King.
Lena Dunham.
And Sugar Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
My love
Their
don't
story
cost
is
a
pretty,
thing.
Yeah. Their story is pretty quick too. I will say Lily is very funny.
She's hilarious, and he's a little creepier than I initially, but I should have known it was going to come out at some point.
He looks like he into some stuff.
I know. I know. He looked like he likes the gerbils.
Oh, I was gonna say diaper, like baby fetish. Like, remember on the first episode of Broad
work.
City?
Yes, when they had to go clean the man's house to go to the Lil Wayne concerts.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he gets.
I could see either one, honestly.
Right. So they're going to the spa. She's getting a massage. She's taking him to get his ears cleaned, which they needed to be. Because they extracted a shit ton of wax.
It looked like it was
deep,
too. It was hard. I was like, does he clean his ears? Do y'all clean your ears?
Right. But that also made me want to go get my ears professionally cleaned.
Oh, yes.
Like, I never...
Training. Oh, yes. Yeah. That's different.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Because it was with the feathers and the Fredericks of Hollywood wand.
That might have been my first...
I don't know what they're called.
I didn't know it was sexual, but I remember one time, as a kid, I had a wax that blocked. I think I had pushed it on my drum, and so my mom had to take me to the doctor, and he flushed my ear out. And first I'm like, I don't want any water going in my body. I hated things up my nose, in my ears, in my eyes. But he was like, we gotta flush it. I said, I don't know what I'm feeling right now. But I like it.
I feel like a new woman.
I like this.
Yeah. Your hearing was crispy as fuck after that.
Let me tell you something crystal fucking clear. What did you say? That's what I fucking thought.
Right. So, anywho, we're back to this argument about the Chinese wedding. You said you wanted it. No, you said you wanted it. No, I said tradition, blah, 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 blah. And they bust out the translation app, and he's like, I don't care about money. And she has like her love language is gift giving clearly, and this is how she proves her love. And so, he just wants to have their marriage to have a happy ending. And so he says this, and Lily's like massage happy ending. He's like, no, you can't say that on TV.
It's like, girl.
I'm like, girl, no. Which was odd because right after that, he was trying to bone in the massage parlor.
The nigga did this. How old are we? He did this. And further, he was like, how long do we have? Why are you trying to fuck on these people's tables?
Right.
Relax your nanny.
Talking about I only need a minute. That's not helpful either.
No, mama
sir.
went to IKEA and balled the fuck out so that y'all can go fuck in 8 rooms. And in that elevator, you don't need to fuck in these ladies' rooms and, at the last minute or whatever. Or go in the bathroom at the restaurant like everybody else. But, like, not here. Not here.
Not here. That was them. We can move right along to Corona and Ingi, Fifi Dobson. Who Corona low-key reminds me of my cousin. Just not, but my cousin she don't do that, if you know, like she's.
Oh, Corona reminds you of your cousin. Yes.
Yes. She's cool. She's a down-ass chick, pro everything.
Yeah.
She don't date white men, though.
Oh, that's nice. Good.
Yeah.
One of the listeners said that Inky looks like a drawing of, like, somebody attempted to draw James Vanderbeek.
Yeah.
And I can't stop looking
from memory.
From memory.
Yeah.
And I can't stop looking with their feet.
Like a caricature from like they do like those artists in Battery Park City.
Yes, or have you seen the one, I think they're in Hawaii, but they have a page where they intentionally disrespect whoever they're drawing.
Yes.
They take whatever the feature is and make
Huge
it crazy.
Forehead be like 3 pages.
Yo, it is so
funny.
It is so wild.
It's so rude.
I won't go to Hawaii until y'all tell me I can. So.
Yeah. So she's finally arrived in Iceland. She is. A part of me understands her, but a part of me is like, okay, girl, get real, because she's looking for some big. Cinematic, I love you, boombox in the rain type of love, straight out the gate. He comes and he meets her with flowers. And I will say, he did kiss her like a grandma. I like
if you
like
kiss your grandma in the mouth, I guess.
It's Iceland. We've already discussed that that may or may not be a thing.
There you go.
So.
Yeah, he brought her the flowers. It was lukewarm.
Yeah, it was lukewarm, but I also, for her to understand that this nigga has never been in like a relationship or knows what this is or whatever, she's gonna have to be a lot more patient. And also, he needs to learn about you, what you like or what you don't like, because I know y'all don't have these conversations over Skype or WhatsApp or whatever the fuck you talk through, So, anywho, he really doesn't have a clue what it's like to date a black girl or her specifically.
No, really anybody, honestly. But yes, but no, so, yeah. But I don't know if anybody's ready to, she's a quirky one.
She's a particular brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's also one of those people that continues to say my person. And mind you, I was watching this with Chris Rogers and both of us looked at each other and we were like, we appreciate each other for not saying no stupid shit like that. Like,
when I got married, my homegirl Erica hit me and said, you have to promise me that when you say your vows, you won't say no stupid shit like, today I married my best friend. And I was like, you do not have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about none of that. And it's not to say that something is
Y'all not
wrong.
besties. It's just not that. No.
It's okay. My person. Is this your person for real? For real? Because I don't think y'all know each other like that
My
enough.
person is me. Okay. Like, you know.
Myself and I, a toi.
Yeah. And like you said, how is he your person? You have spent like a total of a few days together in your whole entire lifetime. So I don't see how
No,
you know.
no, not at all. Also, this soft partnering bullshit is pissing me off because
Yeah.
it's not soft partnering. It is literally when she. Okay, so they get to the house, the little apartment. She takes all her Beetlejuice shoes out so she can, this nigga's made no
Scare
attempt to
him.
move anything out of the closet, but he doesn't have a whole lot, so it's not going to take them long to do so. She, internally, she's like, I hate when people break promises to me. He said he would have this ready. Okay, all right. Okay, be
Calm
annoyed.
down,
But, like,
Fifi.
girl, don't act like he didn't show up to the airport or something. So, they're moving the shit so she can put her Beetlejuice shoes into the closet. And because he didn't move his stuff, she's like, because I'm soft partnering, I didn't tell him. Why the fuck didn't you move your stuff? And I was like, bitch, this is not soft partnering. This is just talking to somebody like you want to be spoken to. It's just controlling your outbursts and your rage.
Yeah.
And making sure that you are speaking to each other in a respectful manner. That's not soft partnering. That is communication and
being a decent fucking human being.
Yeah, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm sick of this. I was like, everything got to have a goddamn term, and it's not. It's talking to each other with love and respect.
I told you it's some frail white person with purple hair and a asymmetrical.
Whoever came up with soft partnering, that's what this white feminism.
Some random university in Iowa.
Yep, you're right.
It's always them
Vermont.
talking about I'm a gender studies, blah blah blah, women, whatever the fuck, always them, fragile white people.
Now, Ingi looked like me when Tristan first moved, when we first moved together, because
he was a little.
I was looking. It was my first time living with a nigga. Before that, I was like, live. You can come visit. But it was my first time living with a nigga, and I made the decision, and I was solid in my decision, but I also was like, this is new. And I remember Tristan was bringing his stuff in because it was my apartment first before we got another one. And he was bringing his stuff in, and he said, yo, what's up with you? Like, why does your face look like that? And I was like, what does it look like? He was like, bewildered. I don't know. And I was just clearly like, as he was bringing his things in, because it was a big adjustment. And I think that's where this big white man is at as well.
Oh, I made the same face.
Yeah. Exactly. I remember.
I was like, oh, this nigga live here. That's crazy.
Okay, yeah, this is nuts. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Right.
So, but she wants him to be, jumping on her like a spider monkey, and it's also 9:30 in the morning, girl.
Yeah.
It's 9:30. Like, let me warm up.
Relax.
Let me process. If you all into this soft partnering, you should know that people need to process since you know all the language.
Yeah, since you know your fucking thing. This is how I know she got all her learning and shit from like the internet and not pure scholarly work, because your attitude wouldn't be this way.
But also, let this be a lesson, girl, that you don't never need to be OD hype behind them. You know what I'm saying?
Or a man.
A man in general. Stand up. Chicken fetus.
Yeah.
Like, if you know what I'm saying? If you're not getting the energy that you want, then what you moving way across the fucking world, like, let this be a reminder, just so you know. And I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Right. And last but not least, we have White Shekinah and Jafar. Sarper is a trip.
Curdle Guile.
So,
It's a
Yeah,
piece of work.
in Bison. So like they go to dinner with Sarper's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're at like a spot where there's like a woman in like a gemstone, breast bra and like she's like doing like belly dancing. Like she's a baddie, working, 9 to 5 trying to stay alive or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, doing it whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you.
Mm-hmm.
So they're talking. Apparently, like Sarper has kind of always been like a point on the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Because and we talk about his growing up in childhood. His cousin was like, "Oh yeah, like weren't you fat?" And
Mm-hmm.
Sarper talks
Mm-hmm.
about, and we see like he was overweight as a teen, and
Mm-hmm.
he didn't have what the young people call Riz or aura.
You
You
know,
know,
he looked like he looked like the Jonah Hill character in one of those like super bad movies. You know what I'm saying? Like the
mm-hmm,
chunky boy with the foul mouth, the witty one or whatever the
mm-hmm.
case is. He looked like that. He did look like a completely different person, but this nigga was like, I was disgusting and I'm so ashamed. And I was like, God damn,
Yeah,
it
I was
wasn't
like,
that bad.
damn, yeah,
You just look like a
whoa, bro,
nerdy boy. But
yeah,
he definitely looks
yeah.
like two completely different people.
Two completely different people. And so like he ended up getting a girlfriend in high school when he was very young, and
Mm-hmm.
old girl cheated on him. And he
Mm-hmm.
called his dad, and his dad was like, "You can't trust women, fuck bitches, get money, all that stuff. You can't love these hoes. All those horrible things heterosexual men say to each other,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and women who also believe that." And so, apparently Shekinah asterisk to the
Mm-hmm.
statement is the first person for him to change his mind about women.
Yes.
So,
Uh,
however, in the middle of all this, Shekinah drops dime that there's other women who have been contacting her on the social media from his past. Like, oh, you fucking with Sarper? Couldn't be me.
mm-hmm.
Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so, mind you, Shekinah and his cousin, Felicia, I don't know her name. I
Yeah,
just know
we'll
it
just
starts
call her
with an F, so I'm
Felicia.
going to call her Felicia. Her and Felicia are cool. But as soon as she brings up these other women, Felicia's like, ah, 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 ah,
Uh-uh.
ah, ah.
Them bitches are jealous and they just
Mm-hmm.
don't want y'all to be together and you ain't got to worry about all that. And she was a little thrown off because she likes
Me too.
Felicia
Mm-hmm.
and says she's pretty much a straight shooter. And we have all seen Sarper's shaky ways. So the way that she like came at it was kind of like, oh, you riding for this nigga like that? Okay.
Right.
Okay. So, you know, following day after day. Oh, no. So then the belly dancer comes over and Sarper, Sarper, tips her. It's nothing too crazy, but Shekinah spawns a motherfucking nuke. And it's the
I will say
equivalent.
the dancer tried it because old girl told her back the fuck up, and
She
she
did, and you
kept.
have to listen. It was giving very like Caucasian boot bay. Shekinah was absolutely white boot bay, and your girl was
Mm-hmm.
trying her just a little extra bit, but also you went to a spot with belly dancing where they come and they dance around and do the things or whatever. They're not about to fuck on the table. It's the same as if you and your nigga went to the strip club. If he got a lap dance, are they getting ready to fuck? No. So what are we doing here? So I see where the jealousy come, but they've mentioned that the jealousy comes from both sides. She doesn't want him
Mm-hmm.
working with women and training, and he doesn't want her promoting clubs with niggas. So here we are. Both of you all are miserable, not doing the things that you want to do. Next
Mm-hmm.
day, she's getting dolled up, and he's like, "Well, where are you going without me in Turkey?" And she's like, "I'm going to meet with Noor." And his face, correct, honey, Noor. So Noor is Sarper's ex, who was one of the women who messaged Shekinah and told her that she needs to be weary of her. And Shekinah wants to meet up with her because she felt her sincerity even through text. She felt her sincerity and was like, I need to get a better idea of who this nigga is because I literally only have his perspective. And if I'm going to consider marrying him, I need to know his back, his nasty history, all of that. So she goes to meet up with Noor. And Noor comes and she's a cat-eyed baddie. Okay, bad bitch nails, you know, very stark features. And they sit and chat through the translator. And Noor lets her know that, and mind you, Shekinah did not share any of the things Sarper says to her. So as Noor started speaking, even I, who have heard these things from Colonel Guile, was like, oh, that's all the shit he says to Shekinah. So Noor proceeds to let Shekinah know,
script.
I've never loved a woman like this before. So they dated about 2 years ago for 2 to 3 months. While that is a short period of time, they were seeing each other at least 3 times a week. They were speaking on a daily basis. So you know how that can ramp things up. He told Noor that he's never felt this way about a woman. He's never loved a woman before. He's never told a woman that he loves her before. And where things started to get off the rails was when she started finding other women's things in his apartment. And he was like, oh, these are my good close friends things. Sounds about like a credenza full of liquor bottles to me. But she's like, he's like, these are other women. These are my close homegirls or whatever. And she's like, So when she calls him out on it, he gets quick-tempered. He tried to manipulate the situation, and she said he belittled her. And so they were gonna keep in touch, but he ghosted her, and she never spoke to him again. And so she acknowledges to Shekinah, listen, I know it comes out of left field. You don't know me, and you're probably questioning my sincerity. But I'm letting you know the only reason I'm here is because I do not want you to feel like I felt. He's very manipulative. I feel like you're being manipulated, and I don't want your unhappiness and your heartache. So I'm sharing this information with you. So Miss Mama has a lot to sit down and think about. Because I wasn't feeling shady vibes from Noor, personally.
I wasn't either. Because I also think she would have popped up quicker if she was out to like be shady. You know what I mean? Or if anything, Shekinah would have made a statement a lot quicker about, oh, women been hitting me up about this stuff. We would have learned that like a season ago. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
You know.
So the shit is possibly going to hit the fan. We also know Shekinah has no backbone, or like a half.
I don't know how she stands up. Don't know how it's right. It's the Amish. I don't know. But anyway, that was them this week. We'll see you all next week for another recap of 90 Day Fiancé the Other Way. Bye.